My child, you weren't supposed to discover this message by chance. The next 2 hours will carry a weight that your natural eyes are still unable to fully perceive, so pay close attention if you are hearing these words right now. I require your undivided attention, not even half of it, because what is about to happen is not something you can afford to treat like any other video, nor is it casual or common. Every word is simultaneously a warning, an invitation, and a doorway, so stay with me until the very end. Don't go ahead. Distractions should not be allowed to take away what heaven is attempting to give you. What I reveal to you in this hour has the power to change the course of events, but only if you are prepared to hear it, accept it, and react before the window closes. I need you to hear me with more than just your ears, so please come near and stay with me for a moment, my child. The part of you that has been restless for longer than you acknowledge needs to hear me. Have you not felt it? Your chest pressure that appears and disappears. Something significant has been simmering beneath the surface of your existence. That odd realization that your days haven't felt typical lately. You tried to explain it away even though nothing seemed to change around you. It was stress, tiredness, emotion, overanalyzing, or just another challenging season, you told yourself. However, I want you to know that the sensations you have been experiencing are not coincidental. Furthermore, it's not just your imagination attempting to interpret suffering. I've been drawing close to you in an urgent, purposeful, and intensely intimate manner, because you are facing a moment that has greater significance than you are aware. I am not trying to instill fear in you when I tell you that you only have 2 hours left. I am not trying to make your heart race, so you lull panic and mistake my voice for urgency. I don't love you that way. I am talking with a seriousness that comes from seeing things you can't yet see. I am talking because I understand what is attempting to enclose you, and I am aware of what is attempting to open in front of you. I am aware of the postponed decision. I am aware of the delay in your surrender. I am aware of the weight you continue to bear as though you were meant to. And I won't let this moment go unnoticed because I love you. I won't allow you to pass by this window and think it's just another typical hour. You are not in a typical hour. You are in a holy pause. Your reaction is important because you are in a limited area. In a moment you are where the course of events can be changed by a single act of integrity, a single act of obedience, or a single moment of fully facing me. I am aware of your weariness. I am aware that you are tired of intense situations. I am aware that a part of you desires ease of handling, comfort, and simplicity. However, I am not putting any pressure on you. You are being called to clarity by me. I am calling you to apologize for the wait. I am calling you out of the mist you've been attempting to inhabit. You've requested a sign from me more times than you recall. In your own style you have whispered. Make it obvious if this is you. Talk clearly if I am important to you. Don't let me miss it if you still here. This is me being plain, my dear child. This is my refusal to remain silent as your soul lingers on the edge of a threshold. I am telling you straight up that the next 2 hours won't be casual. Spend them differently than you have in the past. Don't cover them up with distractions. Avoid making too much noise. Don't this feels intense, so push it away. Speaking before the moment passes is sometimes the most loving thing I can do. Because mercy recognizes the risk of delay, it can occasionally sound urgent. I've spent enough time observing you to understand how you react when something in your spirit seems too real. You tend to retreat. You frequently say, I will deal with this later when I feel stronger, calmer, clearer, more prepared. However, this tendency has prevented you from taking advantage of opportunities to you. While I wait for you to trust me in the midst of your shaking, you continue to wait to feel prepared. I don't require your polished self-assurance. I don't require your flawless feelings. I don't need an entirely fearless version of you. The real you is what I need. I need you to be honest. I need the part of you that is aware that something is amiss and is finally prepared to give up long enough to allow me to be honest about it. I've brought you here for that reason. I am speaking now because of this. For this reason, this hour matters. Before you continue with me, I want you to fully comprehend something. It is not a rejection to issue this warning. Anger is not disurgency. I am not waiting for you to make another mistake, counting your mistakes and standing over you with disappointment. I don't feel that way about you. And I want you to stop mistaking the sound of my voice for the scars left by other voices. Some individuals in your life gave you a sense of control through urgency. Some people felt ashamed of being corrected. Some people made pressure feel loving. Moreover, as a result, you learn to recoil when something seems spiritually serious. However, I am not like the voices that hurt you. I try to save when I get close, even when I am warned. I can see what's pressing in on you, which is why I speak so forcefully. What is attempting to take your tranquility? What is attempting to numb you until the window closes? I am aware of how the adversary has been manipulating I am aware of how you have experienced unusually heavy, unusually distracted, and unusually unstable emotions. You were unable to provide a complete explanation. You've held yourself responsible for everything, but this isn't just a sign of weakness. Your soul is closer to a shift than you realize, which is why you have been experiencing some resistance. When someone is near freedom, darkness frequently becomes more audible. When the truth is about to emerge, confusion frequently grows. You are not losing because of that. It frequently indicates that something is under dispute because something important is close by. I want you to know that. I need you to cease viewing every struggle as failure. In certain situations, you have been under pressure because the next action is crucial. And now, with this hour in front of you, my voice is reaching out to you, pleading for your attention. Just because you're scared of what honesty will demand doesn't mean you should harden your heart. Don't convince yourself that this must be manipulation just because it feels intense. I would push you with fear and leave you perplexed if I wanted to control you. Instead, take a look at what I am doing. I am pulling you in close. I am giving the moment a name. There is still time, I assure you. I am giving you space to reply. Instead of a sentence, I am offering you a window. Since this is an act of mercy, I am offering you mercy wrapped in urgency. You still have time to spend time with me by yourself. You still have time to let go of the things that have been keeping you from feeling at ease. You still have time to deal with what you already know I've been talking about. You still have time to give up bargaining with the things that are causing you pain. There's still time for you to leave the cacophony and into reality. I am speaking in this manner because of this. I don't want you to lose hope because it's still possible, not because it's completely gone. You are not too far away, my child. Turning around is still possible. I can still reach you. However, you are in a situation that demands seriousness. You are in a situation that cannot be handled like any other fleeting emotion. If you come to me honestly instead, if you stay with me now, and if you guard them for the next 2 hours, you will realize that what appeared to be pressure was actually an invitation, instead of hiding behind your typical delays. You will discover that what you thought would be the start of loss could actually be the start of release. I am not expecting you to be flawless right now. I am requesting surrender. I am requesting your focus. I am asking you to have faith that when I say this is important, it really is. So, my dear child, stay with me. Don't hurry past this. Keep the noise at bay, return you. I am standing in the first door and addressing you by name. I need to fix the way you hear my voice, my child, before we move forward. Because every time I approach the truth, you will continue to retreat if you do not comprehend my heart at this precise moment. I speak to you too firmly. You feel as though danger has entered the room and something inside of you tightens. You assume rejection when you hear urgency. You hear a correction, and if you step Jim, you hear a serious tone. Get ready to be crushed. I did not originate with me. Old wounds and other voices shaped that reflex by times in your life when love was erratic and authority seemed harsh. When being called out resulted in being pushed away rather than drawn in. Some people taught you that you were unwelcome if you were confronted. Certain experiences taught you that humiliation is the inevitable result of exposure. Some memories gave you the impression that you would no longer feel like you belonged if the truth touched you. However, my dear child, I am not like that. The voice that was bruised is not me. The hand that humiliated you is not mine. I am not the presence that takes advantage of your vulnerability. I'll say this slowly so that the areas that are still uncomfortable can absorb it. Rescue, not punishment, is the goal here. I am eager to condemn you, which is why I am not speaking urgently. I am speaking urgently because I love you too much to remain silent, and I can see what is approaching, circling, draining you, and waiting at the edge of your delay. I would back off and let you continue to drift if I wanted to punish you. If I would allow the silence to deepen and observe you, label it as normal. If I wanted to leave you, I would stop interfering with your routines if I desired distance. However, I continue to get close, I continue torquing. I continue to press on the secret areas. I keep pulling you into these kinds of situations because I don't want to break your heart. My goal is to prevent the things you continue to put up with from crushing you. I want you to notice the difference. Punishment asserts that your suffering is justified. Come with me before this, rescue says, becomes worse. Penalties are applied remotely. Rescue intervenes. Shame is exposed by punishment. Rescue exposes people to healing. When you receive punishment, you are left to face your failure alone. Take my hand. We are leaving this place. Rescue reaches into the mess and says, that's what I am doing with you right now. I am not observing your struggle from a distance. You and I are standing inside it. I am not calling attention to your weakness in order to make you look bad. In order for the darkness to lose its hiding place, I am bringing light to it. I am not insisting on perfection before I assist you. You are not supposed to handle this on your own, which is why I am offering assistance. My tone is important because of this. My urgency is important because of this. This isn't anger trying to find a way out. This is love's refusal to let you fall into danger without taking action. And because pain has made you wary of intensity, I know a part of you still wants to dispute it. Stay with me, though. Don't let my current love be interpreted by old fear. Allow me to remind you of what safety sounds like. Safety can occasionally sound delicate and silent. When a parent pulls a child away from traffic, it's not cruel because the grip is firm. Sometimes safety sounds like a strong voice saying, stop, do not go farther, come back now. The firmness is evidence of concern. Mercy is the interruption. Love in motion is your urgency. This moment is exactly that. I am dragging you back through, away from and toward something. I am saving you from more delays, more entanglement, and an extended season of needless suffering. Therefore, don't flee from my voice because it bears weight. I am serious about your life, let the weight prove it. Allow it to reassure you that you are important enough to be interrupted. I would rather face you than lose you to silence, so let that reassure you. Get closer, not further away. Rex your barriers. Keep your hands open. Allow me to save what you have been attempting to handle on your own. I now want to give you something even more profound, because you will cease opposing the very assistance you have been praying for if you genuinely realize that this is rescue. I've been asked for responses. I've been asked to provide relief. I've been asked to make a way. You have asked me to take away the burden, make sense of the confusion, end the cycle, mend the wound, bring back the tranquility, and guide you. And I am doing just that right now. However, you sometimes mistake it for judgment because it doesn't always come wrapped in comfort. I need you to stop thinking that rescue will always be simple, my child. Although rescue is frequently gentle, it's not always as gentle as you would like. Rescue occasionally interferes with what you have grown devoted to. Rescue sometimes necessitates letting go of familiar things, even if they have been causing you pain. Rescue may reveal the infection before the wound heals. Rescue occasionally demands that a relationship end. Rescue occasionally claims that a secret cannot be kept a secret. Rescue occasionally states that the pattern needs to be broken right away. Rescue may say things like get up, leave, confess, return, apologize, forgive, remove, surrender. Additionally, because those words call for movement, you occasionally consider them to be severe. I am not being mean to you, though, so pay attention. I am being clear because when someone is stuck in a fog, clarity is kindness. I am being direct because when someone keeps going through the same pain, being direct is mercy. Vague comfort would leave you where you are, which is why I am being specific. I won't console you while you in captivity. I won't comfort you as the pain gets worse. When I came to bring true freedom, I won't allow you to settle for short-term respite. I am asking you now because of this to cease discussing my rescue. Keep the chains on and don't ask me to save you. If you refuse to leave the area where the flood keeps rising, don't ask me to calm the storm. Don't ask me for peace while standing up for the very thing that keeps stealing it. Join me. Have enough faith in me to allow my rescue to feel like a rescue, even if it necessitates change. Cry if you have to. If you must grieve the loss of something that cannot accompany you, do so in an honest manner. If you must acknowledge your fear, tell me how much obedience will cost. That's a truth I can hold. However, my hand is asking you to move, so do not turn away from it. This is an invitation to you. Get out. Leave the secret location. Leave the compromise. Leave the prison of your emotions. Break free from the draining cycle. Break free from the fear that has been disguising itself as knowledge. Leave the narrative that claims you are too far gone, too entangled, and too late. I did not write that story. I am not holding a list of accusations over you. I am in front of you with an open hand. Take it, I am saying. Allow me to guide you. What you are unable to carry, let me carry. Allow me to lead you out of the situation that has imprisoned you. This isn't a penalty. This is the way to save you. In the dark, this is the exit sign. The rope that was thrown into the pit is this one. The hand that is reaching through the smoke is this one. In order to bring home the sheep that wandered too far and were cut, the shepherd is seen here venturing into the thorns. So quit thinking that you need to wash yourself before I assist you. Give up assuming you have to prove yourself before my intervention is given to you. Don't assume that just because I am serious I am upset. I love you, so I am being serious. You are important, which is why I am urgent. I want you to be free, which is why I am clear. Now respond to me. Get Nira, accept the rescue. Permit me to stop what has been ruining your tranquility. What has been bending your spirit, allow me to break it. Allow me to rescue you from what you were never supposed to endure on your own. My dear child, I am not here to punish you. I am here to take you home. If this message has reached you like this, my dear child, know that I am using vessels on this earth to repeatedly cast these ropes of mercy, like a hand pulling you from the depths. You are doing more than just contributing money when you decide to support this mission with super thanks, membership, or a gift via PayPal in the description. You are bringing salvation into the lives of people who are still in the dark. I said, cast your bread upon the waters, for you will find it after many days, didn't I? Every seed you release turns into fire on the altar, oil in the lamp, and light where there is despair. Believed it would go unnoticed. I am inviting you if your heart is stirring right now. Will you assist me in reaching the next soul who believes no one is coming? Your efforts will pay off in the form of favor over your path, peace over your mind, and protection over your home. Heaven will never forget, but I will multiply the seed that bears my voice, and the harvest will grow in places you may never see. So take action right away. Please send your sincere gratitude. Become a member or donate using the PayPal link in the description and allow your seed to help save someone's life right now. I want you to take a deep breath and stay here with me, my child. The pressure you've been under has made you feel like you're crumbling. But in reality, you're much closer to a breakthrough than you realize. It hasn't felt like that, I know. I am aware that your feelings have not supported it. I am aware that your situation hasn't come together in a way that makes it simple for you to believe. However, I need you to stop gauging your spiritual standing solely by what your natural eyes are able to see. You have quietly come to the conclusion that something must be wrong with you, after observing the stress, the failures, the odd resistance, the mental noise, and the emotional weariness. Have you ever wondered how difficult it would be if I were truly close to a blessing? Would I be under this much pressure if I were truly hearing from God? Why am I feeling so uneasy if something positive were really near? I know that question is coming from a painful place, my dear child, but I must respond to it for you using kindness and veracity. Sometimes the pressure rises because the old ground is being contested rather than because you are losing ground. When clarity tries to emerge and everything that has profited from your fog struggles to maintain its position, the confusion can occasionally become louder. The enemy will sometimes apply the most pressure when he perceives that you are on the verge of a real shift. When he is around people who are happy to sleep, he does not waste energy in the same way. He becomes combative during times when awakening, windows of obedience, and seasons when a soul is at last on the verge of breaking free from a cycle that has imprisoned it. For this reason, I need you to stop using your weariness as the only way to interpret this season. Your weariness is genuine, but it's not the whole picture. Although your tears are genuine, they don't tell the whole story. Your perplexity is genuine, but it's not the whole picture. This is the other aspect of how you are feeling. You may not even be aware of it, but something inside of you has been gravitating toward me. Struggle. Something has been awakening inside of you. You've been growing weary of the old routines for some reason. Even though your habits kept pulling you back, something inside of you has been searching for the truth. That is important. That motion is important. That movement is seen by heaven. I see the way you have fought to stay standing in quiet ways no one else knows. I can see the times you were on the verge of giving in but decided against it. I witnessed the moments when you were on the verge of sprinting back to your familiar surroundings, but you stopped instead. I can see the tears you shed because your own cycles had worn you out. I see the prayers you whispered, which may have seemed insignificant to you, but they were priceless to me. Don't hate those times, don't ignore them. Those don't indicate a failure. These indicate that your heart is not completely asleep. These indicate that despite the pressure, your spirit is still reaching out, responding, and surviving. There are now just 2 hours remaining in this window, and I need you to start realizing where you are instead of crumbling under the weight of your emotions, standing. What I have been attempting to get you to do is not far away. You're getting close. It's close enough that there's more tension. It's close enough that you no longer get the same satisfaction from what used to numb you. Compromise has become so close that it no longer tastes easy but rather bitter. Close enough that the things that used to divert you are no longer a comfortable place for your spirit to rest. You are not doomed by discomfort. A sign is discomfort. It is the transition's friction. It's the straining sound of chains. It is the pain of something old losing its ability to hold you in place. So don't back down just yet. Calling the pressure proof that you should go back is not a good idea. The resistance does not necessarily indicate that the path is incorrect. I want you to spend this hour doing something different. Ask me what pressure is preventing me from seeing rather than why this is so difficult. Say, Lord, if I am close, show me how to move wisely, rather than maybe I should step back. Bring me if the question is change the lens. Your genuine fear, but don't let it guide you. Get nearer. Take a seat with me. Allow me to demonstrate what is actually taking place. In the midst of the trembling, allow me to steady you. Allow me to show you how to distinguish between resistance intended to intimidate you and a warning to stop. Now is the time for discernment, not hopelessness. Now is the time to concentrate, not to panic. Above all, you must quit assuming that something must be incorrect just because it is intense. You won't always have easy access to the most sacred moments in your life. They will show up with a decision. My child, I also need you to comprehend something very personal. Because the more you approach a breakthrough, the more the adversary attempts to use your feelings to disqualify you. He wants you to think that if you were really prepared, you would feel at ease, self-assured, tidy, and certain. He wants you to believe that you must not be prepared because you are still afraid. You must not be selected because you are still exhausted. You shouldn't be close to the resistance because you still feel it. Respond. However, I need you to hear me clearly. Perfect emotions don't always precede breakthroughs. It occasionally appears while your hands are still shaking. It sometimes shows up while your mind is still catching up. Sometimes it starts when you read terribly conscious of your need for me and feel confused. You are not disqualified because of that. In fact, because it dispels the notion that you can accomplish this without me. That kind of moment frequently serves as the precise portal through which I perform my most profound work. You've waited too long to feel prepared. Because you continued to hope for a stronger, cleaner, more self-assured and emotionally stable version of yourself, you put off obeying. However, being prepared in my kingdom frequently takes a different form than you anticipated. Honesty is often a sign of readiness. Oftentimes, readiness resembles surrender. I am afraid, but I am still willing. I do not understand everything, but I will still obey. I feel weak, but I will still move toward you are common expressions of readiness enough for me to work with. I don't need your polished strength, I need your yielded heart. So pay close attention. Don't wait to act until you emotionally perfect. Don't treat fear as a stop sign when I've already spoken. Don't demand complete inner peace before you take the first step toward obedience. Sometimes clarity sharpens after movement, not before it. Sometimes the breakthrough you pleading for is standing just beyond the action you keep delaying. This is why the next 2 hours are so important. Get up, move toward me, make the call, shut the door, end the pattern, speak the truth, open the word, pray aloud, lay hands on your own chest if necessary and say, I will not turn back now. This is because your spirit needs to hear it. It is not the time to retreat into overthinking, nurse your fear and call it discernment, or stare at the resistance until it convinces you to do nothing. The atmosphere around you needs to hear it. You are closer than you realize and the enemy has been counting on your hesitation. Don't give him what he wants, instead give me your yes, your attention and your next move. If you do, you'll discover that what seemed like the edge of collapse was actually the edge of crossing. You'll realize that the strain you believed to be failure was actually part of the strain of transition. And you'll notice that the battle around you became intense, because this hour is about realizing that something inside of you was finally getting close to the point where it could no longer stay the same. It's not just about enduring pressure, it's about realizing how close you are to clarity, release, a cleaner heart, a stronger no, a deeper yes, and a turning point that won't appear dramatic to others, but will feel like air returning to your lungs. Don't waste this window in fear, guard it, step into it, and allow me to show you that the door you believe to be far away is actually closer than your next act of obedience. My child, you are at a point where you can no longer stand between knowing and doing. You have to make a decision today, not next week, not when you feel emotionally clean, Not when all uncertainty vanishes, not after one more sign, one more torque, one more sleepless night, one more internal argument. Today, I need you to feel the weight of that without turning it into panic, and I need you to hear it as a loving command, not a threat. You've spent enough time in the hallway and standing between doors to learn how to survive an indecision, and because you've done so, you've begun to refer to it as wisdom. However, indecision has been draining you. It hasn't kept you safe or protected you. It hasn't kept you divided. It has made your mind noisy, your emotions unstable, and your spirit exhausted, because a soul, stretched between obedience and avoidance, eventually feels the strain. Everywhere. I am aware of the reasons behind your delay, including fear, grief, hope that things would change on their own so you wouldn't have to make the difficult decision, and the wish that clarity would come at no cost if you waited long enough. However, that is not how this moment works. This is a threshold, and thresholds are crossed by my decision. You can't think your way through a door. You can't emotionally prepare indefinitely and call that progress. You can't pray around something I've already told you to face and still call it surrender. There comes a time when I stop asking you to think about it and start asking you to make a decision. Your spirit is aware of the decision that is currently in front of you. It could be a relationship that has turned into a slow bleed, a compromise that has hollowed you out, or the heading of the boundary. Whatever it is, you are aware of its shape and have experienced it every time I have spoken. Your heart has tightened around it, your mind has attempted to run away from it, but here it is again. And this time I am not letting you hide behind nebulous intentions. Choose, make a choice. Say yes or no. Close the door or walk through it. End the cycle or acknowledge that you are choosing to keep it. Speak the truth or continue serving the lie. It may sound sharp, but sharp truth is cleaner than soft deception. You don't need another week of internal conflict or another month of circling around what I have. What you need is a clear decision made in front of me. Therefore, I want you to stop right now and ask me directly, what decision have I been delaying that you are asking me to make today? Then remain motionless, let the answer emerge. Don't push it back down because it is expensive. Don't compromise with it. Don't dilute it with 10 other options. The first thing that comes to mind with conviction is frequently the very thing you have been avoiding. Look at it, stay with it, and let it stand in the room with you. Then tell me a clean decision is a holy line in the sand. It is the point where confusion loses. One of its favorite hiding places. It is the place where the fives start to lift, because your heart has stopped trying to live in two directions at once. That is why I am speaking with such urgency. Truth. Yes. This is it. That moment matters. That moment breaks the spell of delay. That moment is the difference between being emotionally moved and spiritually changed. Do not undervalue it. Stand up in your spirit now. Stop cowering before the expense. Stop practicing the risks. Stop telling yourself that you will know when the time is right. Let heaven witness your yes. Let your own soul hear your choice. Let the old pattern know it. Your peace is not hiding behind more analysis. It is waiting on a decision. Your freedom is not locked behind a mystery no longer owns the room, and I need to take you even further, because sometimes the hardest part of making a decision is not the decision itself, but rather the grief that follows when you finally accept that something must end, so that something better can begin. You have put off making decisions not just because you were confused, but also because you were attached to what could have been. You were attached to the hope that perhaps this person would change, perhaps this situation would suddenly heal itself, or perhaps this compromise could somehow coexist with peace. Perhaps this life can still become a whole one without you having to let go of anything. My child, hope can be holy, but false hope can become a chain. When you continue to hope for what I have already told you is not your future, hope ceases to be faith and begins to become a hiding place. I need you to hear that without shame. You are not weak because you hoped. You are human. You are tender. You wanted things to work. You wanted people to stay, and you wanted pain to end without. But now I am asking you to have the courage to stop worshiping possibilities that I did not create, to stop romanticizing what has been hurting you, to stop calling a dead thing almost alive because you do not want to bury it, to stop standing in front of a closed door decorating it with tears, and to turn and walk toward the one I am opening. This is not cruelty, this is mercy. The choice you must make today may feel like a loss for a moment, but it is a surgical loss. Not a clean break may hurt sharply, but a prolonged fracture hurts every day. Which pain have you been choosing? You have already been paying. You have already been bleeding in slow motion. and you have already been living with the cost of indecision. Therefore, do not tell yourself that choosing now is the harder road. In many ways it is the merciful road, the road that ends the drip, the drag, the draining of your tranquility. So here's what I want from you. Over the next 2 hours, make a decision in front of me and then act accordingly. If the answer is to leave, then leave. If the answer is to confess, then confess. If the answer is to set a boundary, then set it clearly. If the answer is to apologize, then do it humbly. If the answer is to walk away from the habit, then remove access right away. If the answer is to end the conversation, then end it. If the answer is to accept a call, and if the answer is to give up the relationship, don't keep feeding it emotionally after you've made up your mind. Let your actions reflect your decision. Harsh decisions are one of the enemy's favorite traps. If I say no, let it be no. If I say yes, let it be yes. If I say no, let it be no. Clean, clear. That's how peace returns, not through perfect feelings, but through integrated obedience. I am not asking you to know the entire future. Rather, I am asking you to honor the truth of this moment. The future belongs to me, but this decision belongs to you. Make it, even if it means crying, making it while your voice trembles, making it while your heart hurts, but make it. Then, observe what happens when your soul is freed from the burden of double-mindedness, and observe what happens when the environment around you changes, because you finally stop serving two masters: peace and fear, obedience and delay, truth and avoidance. My dear child, you have to make a decision today, and I am right here with you. I am not demanding it from a distance, I am guiding you through it. Put your hand in mine, look at the truth, Jews, and move. The door ahead is waiting for your yes. You've just heard me discuss the decision in front of you, and for some of you, there's another decision standing next to it. Will you help carry? You are sowing seeds into a field where lost hearts are waiting for the sound of my voice. When you give through Super Thanks membership with a PayPal link in the description. Have I not said that whoever SWS generously will also reap generously? Your gift becomes oil that keeps this lamp burning, so the next weary soul can see the door I have opened. If something inside of you says, I want to help this message reach more people, understand that my spirit is whispering to you, step forward. Now is the time to sow. I will breathe upon the seed you release and turn it into a harvest of favor, provision, and divine covering over your life. What you give in obedience becomes rivers that flow far beyond what your eyes can measure. So make your decision now. Send your super thanks, join the group, or donate via PayPal in the description, and let your choice help open doors for countless others. My child, there is something else you must do. The enemy has not only sought your attention, but also your agreement about who you are. He has been whispering into your inner world, trying to rewrite the way you see yourself. This is because many of the battles you have been fighting are not just about habits, relationships, timing, or fear. At the deepest level, your identity has been under attack. This is why some of this has felt so exhausting. Attempted to give them a name. He has attempted to define your delays. He has attempted to create a lasting identity out of your wounds. He has attempted to convince you that being confused is just who you are by taking advantage of your periods of uncertainty. He has attempted to persuade you that your weakness is all you will ever be by taking advantage of your weak moments. He has followed you around with shame like a shadow, subtly implying that your darkest moments are more real than my words. He has pointed to the closed doors and whispered, see, you are unwanted. He has pointed to the departing individuals and whispered, see, you are not worth staying for. He has pointed to your failures and whispered, see, you never really change. He has pointed to the silence you misinterpreted and whispered, see, even God is distant from you. I need you to hear me with all the tenderness of heaven, my darling child. Whispers like that are false. They might feel acquainted. Because you've been repeating them in your head for so long, they might seem plausible. They might even reverberate through painful memories. However, they are untrue. Lies that are well known are still lies. Lies, no matter how quiet, are still lies. Lies are still lies even if they are personalized. Furthermore, some of the most damaging lies are those that sound more like your inner voice than an attack. You have been experiencing that. You have been subjected to accusations for so long that you have come to refer to them as self-awareness. You have been carrying shame for so long that you have come to refer to it as humility. You have been living under low-grade condemnation for so long that you have come to refer to it as discernment. But humility does not equate to self-loathing, my child. Identity collapse is not the same as conviction. Being conscious of one's weakness does not equate to being unworthy. Please separate those items for me. I correct what I love now, but I don't give my kids names based on their mistakes. I do not diminish you, but I do refine you. I reveal what hurts you, but I don't give your identity to the object of my healing. The worst thing you have done is not you. The most agonizing thing that has ever happened to you is not you. People's labels of ignorance or rage do not define you. The name that fear gave you in the dark is not who you are. The version of yourself that shame keeps bringing up is not who you are. I own you. Through things that ought to have crushed you, you are the one I have kept alive. I have kept you alive on the nights you believed you would not make it. It's you that I have trailed into abysses, storms, quiet, bewilderment, compromise, and sorrow. And I continued to refer to you as mine even in that place. Do you realize how profound that is? Even in that place. Not once you've cleaned up. And not just when you appear powerful, and not just when you have a powerful spiritual presence. That matters even there. Everything is altered by that. Thus, quit endorsing voices that don't sound like me. Put an end to listing your shortcomings and labeling them. Give up assuming and gazing at the bruises. They serve as your blueprint. Although your bruises are real, they don't represent who you are. Although it is not your name, your struggle is real. It's not your name, but your delay is real. Although it's not your name, your fear is real. I must speak over you once more. Get close. Before the noise gets another word, let me tell you who you are. Allow me to reintroduce you to the version of yourself that the enemy has been attempting to hide behind shame. Now I want you to do more than just find solace in the truth. I want you to stand up for it. Since identity is not just something to be emotionally received, it is something to purposefully protect. The old voices will continue to resurface if you do not protect it, particularly during times of weakness, failure, or exhaustion. I therefore want you to take control of the false names that have been applied to you during the next 2 hours. Don't let them wander aimlessly through your inner world as if they still belong there. Remove their power and drag them into the light. If necessary, put them in writing. What have you been referring to yourself as? Hidden. Lay down. Are you broken? Are you inconsistent? Are you filthy? Do we feel nervous all the time? This is not who I am. This is what fear, shame, or pain tried to name me. But it is not what God says. Don't whisper that like a timid thought. Instead, look at it and say aloud, this is not who I am. This is what fear, shame, or pain tried to name me. But it is not what God says. Speak with spiritual authority. Say it because you need to retrain your mind. Say it because you need to change your atmosphere. The enemy has been far away, so say it too at ease, talking over you without any opposition. So tell me, who do you think I am at this hour? Pay attention to my language. I speak pure truth, rather than flattering fantasy. I might remind you that you are selected, but I might also remind you that those who are selected still have to follow orders. I might tell you that you are loved, but I might also say that people in love still have to let go of things that hurt them. I might say that you are mine, but I might also say that my kids don't have to continue to struggle of old guilt. Allow my truth to be both gentle and powerful, and start living from it. Many people stop too soon at this point. After hearing a consoling word, they immediately resume practicing the old tale. Avoid doing that. Allow your behavior to reflect the identity that I am re-establishing. Stop creating space for the habit if you are no longer a slave to it. Stop allowing the wound to dictate every relationship if it no longer defines you. Stop basing your life on shame if you are no longer who it claims you are. Self-defense. Walk like you belong to me if you are mine. Arrogance is not implied by that. Alignment is what it means. It implies that you respond to accusations with the truth. It implies that you reject fear's attempts to rename you. It implies that you don't react as though you still owe them loyalty when old patterns call you back. It implies that you cease using the language of your past suffering to introduce yourself to your own future. Your identity has been targeted because the enemy is aware of it. My dear child, something strong. He can affect what you tolerate, what you pursue, what you expect, what you fear, and what you believe you deserve if he can persuade you to believe something false about who you are. However, his power starts to erode if you agree with me, if you genuinely understand that you are mine, loved, seen, corrected but not condemned, called but not discarded, wounded but not defined, in process but not abandoned. This is the reason this is so important. Emotional decoration is not what this is. Spiritual warfare is what this is. The ground beneath your feet is recovering in this way, so get it back, retract it. Reject the labels, project the falsehoods. Disagree with the names of those born in Tain. Permit me to give your inner world a new name. Where shame has lingered, allow me to restore dignity. Allow me to reconstruct your position. With the enemy's name still hanging around your neck, you are too close to making a breakthrough to do so. Remove it. Put it down. Get out of it. Then take a look at me and allow me to explain once more who you are. You weren't who fear claimed you were. You weren't who failure claimed you were. You weren't who the wounds claimed you were. My own, my kid, my dear, it's my duty. My artistry, I went after one. My one that was restored. My called one, my one that is still being formed. You don't have to continue living under names I never gave you because you are mine. Now let that sink in. Allow it to serve as your foundation for everything that follows. Together, my child and I have reached the brink of this hour. I also need you to listen to me now from the bottom of your heart. Because now is not the time to stray. It's not the time to soften my words. It's not the time to convince yourself that you can revisit this at a later time with the same urgency, clarity, tenderness, and access. For a brief moment, the door remains open. I am not being cruel. I am not attempting to use meaningless drama to scare you into moving. As a father who looks out the window while you are still inside, I am speaking. As someone who has walked, I am speaking. You through all of this hour's hidden chambers and is now on the verge of responding. All of the words take on weight at this point. This is where decision-making must come from revelation. Stirring must give way to surrender, knowing must give way to doing. I've been heard, you've sensed me. You've realized things that you can no longer genuinely deny. You are aware of what I have been referring to. You are aware of what I have requested that you release. You are aware of what I asked you to watch out for. You are aware of what I possess requested that you hold off on sharing. Distraction has been waiting for you. You are aware of the previous iteration of yourself that I have been urging to emerge from the shadows. You are aware of the fallacy that you must be prepared before you can trust me. Every time the truth sets in and my voice becomes quiet, you are aware of the particular act that keeps coming back to your spirit. Don't act like you don't know. Don't numb yourself right now. If what you are actually doing is delaying, don't stop and label it as processing. I speak to you tenderly and holy firmness. The door is still open, but it won't stay that way indefinitely. These kinds of moments are mercies and we should be grateful for them. There are times in a person's life when heaven appears to be leaning close, conviction is unusually sharp, truth feels close and heavy, the room appears to be full, and you know deep down that this is not normal. It's one of those hours that you can't imagine. You not being overly dramatic. You not consuming too much of it. This is one of those holy crossroads where a person's life may subtly change in a way that will only become clear in the future. It must also be treated as holy since it is holy. Time has been granted to you. Clarity has been given to you. A warning has been issued to you. An invitation has been sent to you. Tenderness has been given to you. You have received the exact kind of mercy that many people have requested but have been unable to identify. Now acknowledge it. Now honor it. I am asking for obedience, so don't leave this hour in awe. I am asking for action, so don't leave this hour crying. Don't leave this hour claiming to have moved. Me, I was transformed by what I am pursuing. The door remains open. Go through it. Come on over now. Go all the way in. Send the message if it needs to be sent. If it can be removed, do so. Admit your sins if you have any. Let go of anyone you need to forgive right away. If you must leave a room, do so. Close any screens that need to be closed. If you have a habit must break and before this hour is out, make the break concrete. Tell the truth aloud if you need to give up a lie. If you have neglected a secret location, go there, kneel if necessary, sit in silence if necessary, cry if necessary, but don't leave it unaltered. I don't want a thoughtful maybe, I want your complete yes. Your spiritual curiosity is not what I want your surrender. It's not admiration I want, but obedience. My dear child, I am here. I am here now, not in theory tomorrow, not later when it seems simpler, but someday an abstraction. This is where you are. The hour is now, the threshold is this. The mercy is this, enter through the open door. And now I want to say the most profound thing. Because I don't mean that my love for you will disappear when I tell you that the door won't always be open. My love never fades. My compassion is not brittle. My feelings for you are stable. If you hesitate, I will still love you. Even if you are struggling, I still see you. I do not diminish as God due to your slowness. However, windows and seasons do change. There are special moments that are meant to be appreciated when they are offered. Sometimes I press close in a very specific manner. When there is an invitation in the air, when a decision's weight is unusually obvious, and when the strength to act is present in a way you might not fully comprehend until later. Because moments are gifts, They don't always recur in the same way. If they are overlooked, I have been so virgin because of this. Not because timing is important, but also because I am unstable. In this hour, you have received a holy convergence. Tenderness, clarity, conviction, exposure, and a limited time frame for action. Don't treat the convergence disrespectfully by thinking you can easily replicate it in the future. I am more merciful than you realize, so you might get another chance to come back to me. However, for the time being, this precise moment, this precise tenderness, this precise alignment of truth, or urgency and inner recognition, is a gift. Thus, I am asking you one lastly, with all the authority of the person who knows what your next season demands and all the love that got you through this entire message. Now pick me. Now choose the truth. Now select the clean break. Now choose the holy silence. Now pick the guarded heart. Now decide on the boundary. Select the confession right now. Now make the decision to forgive. Decide to give up. Put an end to describing it while standing at the door. Don't call that progress and stop touching the handle. Let it open. Let the old life hear the latch behind you. Allow the future to hear your approaching footsteps. Inform the adversary that you are no longer available for the same chains. Allow the sound of your obedience to reach your own soul. Additionally, once you've moved, stop staring back as though the place you left behind was your home. It wasn't your house, it served as a holding area for you. You were in the wilderness, it served as your waiting area. It was your split season, your wound, your compromise, your fear, and your life. However, it was never your house. Your home is me. My own. Your home is your presence. Your home is my tranquility. Your home is my truth have now entered completely. As you do, listen to this last reassurance and allow it to calm the trembling in your heart. I am not asking you to enter this room by yourself. I've already crossed over. I am the one making the call, and when you cross, I'll be there to hold you. I will meet the grief you fear. I will fill the void you fear. I will ease the pain you are afraid of, the urge to return. I will fortify you against the unpredictability that lies ahead. I'll walk you through each step individually. The entire map is not necessary. The next is necessary indeed. Now give it to me. This is the last invitation you will receive during this hour. Love is refusing to let you mistake delay for safety, not because I am done loving you. For a brief moment, the door remains open. Come on. Don't wait. Don't back down. Avoid haggling. Avoid overanalyzing. Don't try to find another distraction. Come to me. Pick me. Pay attention to me. Have faith me. And as this hour comes to an end, let it bring an end to the previous version of yourself and begin the life that I have been calling you into all along. The door I mentioned is more than just an obedient door for your life, my dear child. It's also a chance for me to speak to people who are currently in the dark. By responding with a gift, membership, or sincere gratitude via the PayPal link in the description, you are sowing seeds in a field of desperation, light prior to the closing of their own windows. Recall what I said, you will receive what you give. Running over, shaken together, and pressed down. Your kindness becomes bread for the hungry spirit, oil in the lamp, and fire that spreads my message farther than a single voice could. Help me keep this door open for the next soul. I will guard the giver, multiply the seed, and surround your life with the favor. I say if your heart is moved right now, reserved for those who advance my work. Don't think of this as a small moment for seeds sown in holy urgency. Carry on the common harvest. So take action now. Send your super thanks. Join the membership or donate via the PayPal link in the description. And let your obedience keep the door open for someone else today. After you've done that, let your heart stop for a moment, because what you have released in faith has already started to move beyond what you can see. Oh, I draw close to you because even as you help keep the door open for others, I have not overlooked what you are carrying within. This is where obedience meets care, where your outperformance creates space for my presence to comfort you. So, stop for a moment, stop what you are doing, take a deep breath, and feel my presence in the room with you. My dear child, I am speaking to you right now. I know you are exhausted. I see the heavy burdens you carry every day. I see the pressure at work that makes I know you frequently feel ignored, as if no one really sees your hard work, your silent sacrifices, or your silent tears. But I see you. I have always seen you. Today, I am bringing you a message of utmost importance. You must awaken from the deep sleep of your daily routines. You have been walking through your days like a person walking in their sleep, numb to the real truth. My precious one, you have only the warning of these final 2 hours is not intended to crush you, rather, it is intended to free you. For far too long you have dedicated your best energy to things that simply do not matter. You worry about bills, you worry about what other people think of you, and you fear a future that has not even occurred yet. Take a look at your hands, open them, and let go of the heavy bags of worry you have been clinging to for years. I am asking you to awaken from the slumber of your worldly soul. The world is telling you to hurry, compete, and fight for every last bit of success, but I am telling you to stop. The Holy Spirit is whispering to your heart right now. Can you hear it? It's a quiet, urgent whisper that is calling you back to what is truly real. Time is a resource you cannot buy back, and you have treated it as if it would never end. However, every second you breathe is a pure gift of my grace, and every heartbeat is a drum beating out my love for you. You do not own time, I do. In these 2 precious hours, I am giving you the grand chance to make everything right. Do not waste these moments staring at screens or arguing over trivial, pointless things. Look at me. Look at the eternal peace I offer you. You must trade your earthly panic for my heavenly peace. You cannot hear my final instructions if your mind is full of loud noise and endless lists. Close your eyes for a moment and feel the stillness settle around you like the quiet calm just before a gentle rain begins to fall. Silence the doubts that scream in your head. Let go of arguments that drain your energy and the anger you hold against those who have wronged you. You are not alone in this countdown. I am sitting right beside you, holding your hand as the clock ticks. I am your father, your protector, and your savior. Trust me completely. Give your stubborn wilter my perfect plan. Accept this wake-up call as the greatest act of love I could ever show. I will give you everything you need for the remaining time in this quiet place. I will tell you exactly what to do, who to forgive, and how to prepare your heart. You are carrying far too much weight, my child, and you cannot take this heavy luggage where we are going. Look at the invisible backpack you wear every day. It is filled with the heavy rocks of your worldly desires. You have spent years chasing a promotion at your job, worrying over the numbers. Rise up in your spirit, my child. The last hours are here, and I am ready to walk you through them step by step. Open the doors of your heart to me right now. I see the pressure at work that makes you feel like you are never doing enough. I see how you stare at your screens, letting the glowing images of other people's fake, perfect lives steal your joy and waste your precious hours. I command you to stop right now. Take a fearless inventory of your soul. Empty out the heavy backpack. Why do you exhaust yourself for things that will turn to dust? You have put a lot of idols in front of me, such as your job, your pride, your phone, and your need to win every argument. These are the idols that steal your time and deprive you of true peace. Face them today and ask yourself, what treasures have you really stored in heaven? Have you loved well? Have you given generously? Have you spent time with me? I am not asking these questions to make you feel ashamed, rather. I am asking them because I love you and I want to give you a true, immediate repentance is not a punishment, rather, it is a lovely, rejuvenating bath for a weary, filthy spirit. Bring all of your hidden shadows into my bright light. Lay down your heavy burdens at the foot of my cross. The mistakes you made yesterday, the secret sins you believe I do not see, the self-centered thoughts that poison your mind, leave them all there. You have only 2 hours left to pretend you are perfect. Seek the pure, blinding white cleanliness that only my blood. I do not reject you for your sins when you come to me with a sincere heart full of truth and repentance. Instead, I embrace you. Let go of the need to control your life. Let go of the desire to impress the world. Trade the cheap plastic toys of this world for the solid gold of my eternal kingdom. Take a deep breath and feel the immense relief of a soul that has finally stopped hiding. You are safe with me. I see you. I know your heart, and I am making you entirely new in these last moments. I know exactly who hurt you. I see the face of the friend who abandoned you when you needed them most. I see the parent who never stood up for you. I see the boss who took credit for your hard work and threw you aside. I see the sting of betrayal and the pain. Look at the heavy chains that are tightly wrapped around your wrists. You put them there yourself, my child. Every time you refuse to forgive, I command you to break those chains right now. You cannot enter my eternal rest with the poison of bitterness. Hate is a heavy, dark anchor that will drag you under the waves. I want you to heal, and the only way to find true healing is in a heart that flatly refuses to hate. Speak their names aloud in the silence of your room right now. Say, I forgive. I have loved deeply and experienced the sharpness of rejection, so I completely understand your pain. However, you must let them go. I let you go. Don't wait for an apology that might never materialize. Don't wait for them to acknowledge their mistakes. Let them go so you can be free. Forgiveness is like opening the door to your own prison cell and emerging into the daylight. I can't wait until tomorrow to make peace with my soul. You are not guaranteed tomorrow. These 2 hours are all you have. And pay close attention to what I have to say. You have to forgive yourself as well. You replay the stupid things you said while lying awake in the middle of the night and gazing at the ceiling many years ago. You describe yourself as a failure. You punish yourself for choices you can't change. Give it up. Don't accuse my beloved child. As soon as you asked, I pardoned your transgressions. Why do you keep a debt that I've already settled in full? Let go of your mistakes from the past. Just as I have already fully forgiven you, you should also forgive yourself. I don't condemn your depressing moments. All I can do is give you grace. Go into these last hours with a spotless soul. Get rid of your resentment. Get rid of the guilt. Experience the amazing lightness of a heart filled only with love. Join me in going back to the beginning. Bring back memories of the times you first got to know me. Do you recall the tears of sudden joy? When you realized your soul had been saved, do you recall how light you felt? Like a best friend, you used to chat with me all day. However, your fate's roaring fire gradually faded into a tiny chilly pile of ashes over time. You let the world's cacophony overpower my soft murmur. You exchanged the cozy closeness of our relationship for the chilly, draining to-do list of religious obligations. You attend church. You bow your head. Your heart seems far away as you read a brief verse on your phone. Instead of seeing me as the Father who gives you life, you treat me like a task that needs to be completed. I give you the order to immediately abandon your religious practices. Your meaningless rituals are not what I want. Your passionate, burning heart is what I want. Your genuine devotion is what I want. Take my word for it and blow the dust away. The cover. Don't read it to argue with a neighbor or to prepare for an exam. To hear my voice, read it. Fuel your ardor for my veracity. Allow my age-old words to seep like fresh, living water into your parched bones. I want your heart to beat exactly in time with mine once more. Recall the unadulterated ecstasy of your first salvation. We're getting ready for a big celebration. You are my priceless bride and I am the groom, my dear. You wouldn't wear soiled, torn clothing to a wedding clothing. So wash your bridal garment during these last 2 hours. Remove everything that diverts your attention from me from your mind. Give up trying to live up to the expectations of the churchgoers and simply allow myself to love you unconditionally. Switch off the TV. Put the distractions away. Simply sit in silence and converse with me as you used to. Share your fears with me. Share your aspirations with me. Listen to my heartbeat by resting your head on my chest. Before the clock strikes the last card, declare your first love. Examine the clock beneath the wall. Like sand in an hourglass, the seconds are vanishing. What are you going to do with the last time I've given you? I give you an order to support those around you with all of your remaining strength. Your words are incredibly powerful. They have the ability to heal like a calming balm and cut like a knife. Select words that exude vitality. Call your family members into the room or pick up your phone. Express your intense love for them. Don't waste these 2 hours whining about your aches and pains, fighting over money, or criticizing someone's decisions. Give them a legacy of unwavering, profound love. I can see your mind racing with anxiety. You are concerned about what will happen to your home, your children, and your spouse after you are gone. A knot of panic tightens in your throat. I ask you to transform all of that heavy worry into intense, passionate, intercessory prayer. Don't freak out, say a prayer, ask me to keep them safe. Ask me to lead them. Give them to my robust arms, since they are totally secure in my shielding embrace. Put the eternal souls of people around you before the transient issues of the present. Testify to my goodness with your final breath. Describe to them how I saved you from the shadows. Tell them that when you had nothing, I took care of you. I want you to exhibit a deep tranquility that is entirely beyond human comprehension. In these last hours, your loved ones shouldn't see a terrified person staring at you. They should see a calm, self-assured child of God curled up in their Father's arms. Let your serene demeanor serve as the best sermon you have ever delivered. Because of what my Son did on the cross, demonstrate to them that death is completely painless. At the end of your day, glorify me. Let your last moments be a lovely, soaring tune of faith, knowing that every breath you take to honor me reverberates eternally in the halls of heaven. Handle these final moments with great grace. Do not leave me now, my child. We have just started this holy countdown, and it would break my heart to watch you turn away while the clock is ticking away furiously. In these brief moments, I am giving my entire being to save yours. Remain with me. Pay close attention, because what I am about to reveal will shatter any heavy chains you may still be carrying. Do not abandon your father to wait in silence by himself. Continue to listen. I order the oppressive spirit of fear to get out of your room immediately. Eerie shaking. Your heart is pounding. You have perspiration on your palms and terrifying dark scenarios are racing through your head. You are afraid because you are staring into the unknown. But pay attention to my firm voice. The Lord of Time is me. In my sovereign hands I hold the universe's clock. I have complete control over the seconds that are passing. Don't let the enemy use blind panic to steal your last hours. Get rid of the fear of the end. Put my unwavering assurance of my eternal promises in place of your fear. You have the impression that you are standing on shaking sand while you wait to be carried away by the storm. However, I urge you to take a stand and remain steadfast on the unwavering rock. That rock is me. You are securely protected under my wings, even though the world's winds and seas may howl and rage against you. Use your spiritual eyes to look closely. It's not just you sitting in a dark, quiet room. You are surrounded by a divine power that is electrifying. I have placed my powerful angels around you to protect you. They are positioned shoulder to shoulder, creating a wall of fire that is impervious to evil. In their sacred presence, find courage. You are not gesturing for a conclusion. You are gesturing toward an amazing start. Don't be afraid of the change. I won't let you cross that last river by yourself. I am with you now, and I will remain with you until the very end of time. I've gone before you. I am waiting to meet you on the other side, and I am standing next to you. Have a strong belief that I am your safe and unwavering protector, refuge in the midst of life's storms. Inhale deeply and slowly. Let your fear be completely banished by my perfect love. Raise your chin. Your shoulders should be squared. You are merely returning home as a royal child of the Almighty God. Take a close look at the faces of the people you live with. Take a moment now to visualize them. When you look at your sleeping children late at night and wonder if you really did enough for them, I can see the silent, heavy tears you shed. I am aware of the intense pain in your chest over the one member of your family who left. The prodigal who rejects your love and disregards your calls. I can see how physically exhausted you are after a job that wears you out. Nevertheless, you continue to make an effort to smile at your spouse. You run on fumes, feel empty, and think you have nothing left to offer. However, I am telling you that you have the greatest gift in the universe during these last 2 hours. I give you the order to speak up and bring hope into your family's tired lives. You to leave a lasting legacy. You don't need money, a flawless record, or a big stage. Your last acts of true, selfless love will be remembered for generations to come. As the world's shadows grow longer and darker around you, rise up and shine brightly. People in your neighborhood, at work and at home are all moving through a dense, terrifying fog. They are frantically trying to find something genuine, something that doesn't shatter or fade. Present my reality to them. When the TV news screams, I want you to sit calmly and talk about my eternal promises in the face of calamity and the fear of those around you. Encourage the tired people who are observing you from a distance. Your neighbors, co-workers, and even strangers who see you at the market are observing how you manage your difficulties. Even if you are unaware of it, they are aware of the strain you are under. When they see you, react with a subdued, supernatural grace rather than resentful rage. You are sowing the seeds of the gospel directly into their heart's arid, hard soil. Don't spend these last moments attempting to protect your reputation from people who mock your faith. I'll handle the mocking. Rather, put others' needs ahead of your own. Send a text message about what's happening. Make the phone call you've been delaying for months. Tell your loved ones that you and I both adore them by looking them in the eyes. Inform them that they have a deep, unique purpose in life. Use all of your remaining energy, even if your voice is weak and your hands are trembling, power to bear witness to my goodness. I will immediately replenish your soul with a tranquility that completely defies human reason. When you expend your last drops of energy to help someone else get off the ground, if you are afraid of the end, do not withdraw into solitude. Stretch outward, to give swiftly, love fiercely. The passing of time does not mean the end of your ministry. Actually, this very room is where your most exquisite, transformative work is taking place. Explore your home's rooms with me at the moment. Take a look at the table in your dining room. Take a look at the couch in your living room. Take a look at your bed. These were supposed to be places of worship, hallowed altars where you and your family could come see me. However, I can see what they've turned into. I notice that everyone is seated at the dining table in complete silence, gazing down at their glowing phones rather than each other. I see the bedroom where you and your spouse have developed a chilly distance and unspoken animosity. I observe the living room that is not so much a haven of relaxation as it is a tense battleground of short fuses and scathing remarks. Your home's altars have collapsed under the weighty debris of fatigue, busyness, and worldly diversions. I give you the order to immediately reconstruct the house of worship. It is not necessary to build an actual stone monument. Your heart's position is the altar I want. Remove the ashes of those old acrimonious disputes. Clear the dust from your endless grievances regarding your everyday annoyances and financial situation. Right now, in the face of the end, make a sacrifice of praise. When the sun is shining and your bank account is full, it is easy to sing my praises. However, your worship turns into a fragrant, lovely sacrifice when the clock is running out, your body hurts, and the pressure becomes intolerable. Give your last breath to my praise. In the quiet nooks of your home, call out my name. Say, I have faith in Jesus. I invite your tranquility back into these rooms. Observe how the oppressive, heavy atmosphere changes as soon as you start worshiping.